Hello, hello. Welcome back to the mat. Today we're continuing our journey through the chakras, moving up into the second chakra, the svadhisthana chakra or the sacral chakra. This chakra is located in the lower abdomen, so about 2 inches below the navel. If you think about your pelvic bowl, the second chakra is kind of right in the center of the pelvic bowl, so right in between the hips. So we'll be getting into quite a bit of hip opening in this class. The element for the second chakra is water, so we'll also be tapping into some sort of free-flowing movement. Being able to kind of go with the flow is one of the characteristics that the svadhisthana chakra helps us with. If you have no idea what chakras are, you can click the blog post in the description below about the 7 chakras that will give you a little bit of background and an overview of the 7 chakras. If you'd like to learn more about the second chakra in specific, there is another blog post linked in the description below about the svadhisthana chakra, about its characteristics, the element, the color, all of the characteristics of the second chakra, and how you can find balance in your svadhisthana chakra. Before we dive right into today's class, please come join us in the online tribe. The link is in the description below as well. Come on in and share your practice with us. And if you like free yoga, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Alrighty, you won't necessarily need any props for this practice. If you know that you like to have props nearby, please have them nearby, but there shouldn't be anything then in specific that you need other than your yoga mat. So go ahead, unroll your mat, and I will meet you coming to lie back in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Alrighty, so make your way onto your back. You're going to bring soles of the feet together as you lie all the way back. Starting to come into some gentle passive hip opening here. So the legs are in your butterfly or Baddha Konasana legs. And then go ahead and bring both hands to the lower abdomen. So kind of right in between the hip points. And we'll take a few breaths here as we begin to center. And the second chakra is our seat of creativity as well as sensuality. So it's from this place that we tap into our own sense of creativity and pleasure. It's from this place that we're able to garner our sense of being able to go with the flow. The element is water. So the same way that water flows around the obstacles that come to its path, the second chakra helps us to do the same. The bija or seed mantra for the svadhisthana chakra is VAM. V-A-M. So you can join me in chanting it, or you can simply listen. I'll chant it 3 times. You can listen for 1 and then join me, or listen to all 3, however you'd like. So with the awareness right in the center of the pelvic bowl, Vam, 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 vam. Vam, 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 vam. Vam, 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 vam. And slowly begin to lift the knees up towards the sky, maybe using the hands to help you. Bring the soles of the feet flat onto your mat, and then take the right ankle and cross it just above the left knee, creating a figure 4 in your legs. And then from here, hug the left leg in towards the chest, threading the right hand through the center of the legs, left hand to the outside of the left thigh, taking hold of the back of the left thigh as you pull the legs in. And release left leg, bringing left foot flat onto the mat once again. And then you're going to cross the right knee on top of the left knee, so like you're sitting like a lady. And then take both legs and drop them over towards the left, keeping the right shoulder down on the earth, coming into a twist. Maybe bringing the gaze over the right shoulder. Go ahead and lift back up to center. Bringing sole of the right foot flat onto the mat. We'll switch sides, so the left ankle will cross just above the right knee, creating figure 4. Right leg comes into the chest, left arm threading through center of the legs, right hand to the outside of the right leg as you pull the right leg in towards the chest. Releasing the right leg, bringing sole of the right foot flat on the mat, crossing the left knee on top of the right, dropping legs over towards the right, keeping left shoulder down on the earth. Maybe bringing the gaze over the left shoulder. Lifting back up to center and hugging both knees in towards the chest, giving them a squeeze. And then from here, making your way into a tabletop position. Coming onto hands and knees. Shoulders right above the wrists and hips right above the knees, moving into your cat-cow. Inhaling to drop the belly, lifting the gaze in the tailbone. Exhaling to round the spine, press the earth away. Take 2 more like this. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Finding a neutral spine, and then from here we'll bring the hips side to side. So you'll pop the left hip out towards the left and then turn to look over left shoulder, so opening right side of the body. And then switching sides, the right hip to the right, gaze over right shoulder. And then switching side to side this way as you open through the sides of the body. And then from here, we'll move into some barrel rolls. So the torso is going to move in a circular motion, and I like to think of my torso, so from like head to hips, being inside a jar of peanut butter or like Nutella or your favorite snack. And what you're trying to do with your torso is scoop out all the edges of your peanut butter or jar of choice. And then switch the direction of your rolls, so coming the other way. And then finding a neutral spine and making our way into downward facing dog. Taking any movement that feels good here in your downward facing dog. Bending the knees, pedaling the feet, maybe shifting hips side to side. Any movement that feels good in this first downward facing dog of practice. And when you feel satisfied with movement, find stillness in your downward facing dog, pressing firmly through all 5 finger pads, pressing the earth away with the hands. And then from here, begin to walk the feet up to the hands. Find hip width distance between the feet. Bring a bend into the knees, let the torso and head hang heavy. You can shake the head out, yes and no. Shift the weight a little bit on the feet, forward and back, side to side. On an inhale, lift halfway, reach crown of the head forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, stay right here, bring hands onto hips. As you inhale, come up to stand with a flat back. We'll move into 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. So find your mountain pose, Tadasana, big toes touching, slight gap in between the heels. Firm up the legs. Turn on the arches of the feet, pulling kneecaps up towards the hip points, the pubic bone up towards the navel, shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Take an inhale here in your plank. And as you exhale, lower chaturanga, or maybe lower the knees and then lower the torso to the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. And exhale back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting the gaze. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lifting the arms high. Exhale, fold right back down over the legs. Inhaling, lift the gaze. Exhale, step or hop, make your way back. Lowering through chaturanga or modified. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms lift high. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or hop, make your way back through your chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, lift the right leg up and back. Bend the knee and take some circles with the right hip. Take 3 in one direction, and then 3 in the other direction. And then release right foot to the earth. Left leg lifts up and back. Bend the knee, take 3 circles in one direction with the left leg. And then 3 in the other direction. And coming back to downward facing dog, both feet down. Step the right foot in between the hands. Coming into warrior 2, left heel comes down, lifting the torso. Heel of the front foot is intersecting arch of the back foot. Right knee is bent, arms are open. Strong warrior 2. Pressing firmly through outer edge of the back foot, reaching through the fingertips. One more breath here. From here, flip the front palm, lean back, peaceful warrior, left hand comes to the left leg. So the torso stays open to the side of your mat. The tendency oftentimes is to open the chest up, making this into a back bend. Try to keep the opening in the side of the body so the torso stays facing the side of your space as you reach back. Notice if you lose some of the bend in the right knee, and bring the bend back as you reach through right fingertips. And then from here, come up through your warrior 2 into your side angle pose. So right forearm can come to thigh. As the left arm goes over left ear, you can bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot if you'd like, if that feels okay for you. The left palm is facing down. One long line of energy from left fingertips to the outside edge of the left foot. Go ahead and lift back up to warrior 2. Take an inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, rebend. We're going to flow through those movements. So inhale, lean back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, come forward, side angle pose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. 2 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more, inhale back, and exhale forward. Inhale up, warrior 2, and exhale, cartwheel, hands to the earth, stepping right foot back, flow through your vinyasa. Taking a breath here in downward facing dog. Step left foot up in between the hands. Warrior two, left side. So set yourself up, heel to arch alignment. Nice strong warrior. Flip the front palm, lean back, peaceful warrior. Chest staying open to the side of your space. Coming up through your warrior two into your side angle pose of choice. Right arm extending long over the right ear with the palm facing down. Long line of energy from outside edge of the right foot out through the right fingertips. Coming back into your warrior two, take an inhale to straighten left leg. Exhale to rebend and we'll flow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, forward. One more. I know that left quadricep is talking to you. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, release. Take a vinyasa, or you can head straight to downward facing dog. Step the right foot in between the hands. Set yourself up for warrior two once again. And from this warrior two, we're going to come into Skandasana. So bring the left heel in slightly. Begin to bend into the left knee as you straighten the right leg. Hands can be down on the earth for balance. If you feel steady, you can bring hands to heart center. If the left heel is lifted off the mat, that's totally okay. Wherever you are, reach the tailbone down towards the earth and the sternum up towards the sky. We're going to take this pose to the other side. So either you bring hands to the earth, or maybe you try it with the hands lifted. Begin to bend into the right knee. See if you can stay low in the hips as you come into Skandasana on the other side. Alrighty, now we're going to flow with it. So your inhale will bring you up through center. You'll exhale down into the bent knee. So inhaling, exhale down. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend the leg. Hands can be on the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We've got one more. Inhale. Exhale. And then to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Turn to face the front of your mat. So you're in a lunge position with the right knee bent. Bring the left knee onto the earth. Coming into your Anjaneyasana. So once you feel steady, you'll lift the arms high, coming into your low lunge. Press down into the big toe mount of the right foot and press down into the top of the left foot, pulling pubic bone up towards navel so the lower belly is staying firm. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, bring hands to the earth and begin to shift the hips back in space as you straighten the right leg for Ardha Hanumanasana. So if the earth feels like it's way too far away from your hands, bring a couple blocks underneath them to support you. Make sure you're flexing the right foot, the toes are pulling back towards your face, and the right quadricep is really nice and active. And we're going to take this and flow through it. Inhaling to bend the right knee, open the chest towards the front of your mat, keep the hands on the earth. And exhale, pull the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Rebend the right knee, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and you're going to walk the hands around the left side all the way to the back of your mat until you're in a low lunge position facing the back of your mat. So left knee bent, right knee on the earth. When you feel steady, arms will lift high, finding your Anjaneyasana, low lunge, with the left leg forward facing the back of your mat. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Bring the hips back in space as you straighten the left leg a little or a lot. Coming into your Ardha Hanumanasana, flexing the left foot. Spine is nice and long. Try to make sure you're not rounding down over the leg. Rebend the left knee and we'll flow through these poses. So inhaling, bend the knee, open the chest. Exhale, straighten leg, pull the hips back. Inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more like this. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten. Go ahead and rebend the left knee, tuck the back toes, lift back knee, walk the hands over towards the right. Again, coming around the side of your mat, back to the front of your mat. And from here, step the right foot back, take your vinyasa here, or head straight into downward facing dog. From here, step right foot between the hands. Warrior 2, set it up, lift the torso. Straighten the right leg, coming into triangle pose. So you're going to reach as far as you can with the right arm. Keep the chest open to the side of your mat. Right hand comes down either to the shin or to a block. Left arm up to the sky. And we're going to take some big circles with the left arm. So the left arm's going to come over the ear towards the front of your mat. And then it'll come down around to the back. And then back up. Taking 4 more like this. And then coming back into your triangle pose, pressing down into the feet, lifting the torso. Coming into goddess pose, facing the side of your mat. So the heels come in, the toes point out. You might need to shorten your stance a little bit. And then you'll sit down into the legs, bringing the hands to the tops of the thighs. And we'll come into some gentle swaying movement here in your goddess pose. So sitting down into the hips. Imagine embodying the element water. So moving like water here in your goddess pose. And then we'll come into your warrior 2 and triangle pose on the other side. So lifting up into the legs, turning the left toes so that the outside edge of the right toes, turning the right toes so the outside edge of your right foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Left toes are going to point to the side of your mat. Find your warrior two. So you're facing the back of your mat now. Go ahead and straighten the left leg. Triangle pose. Reach as far as you can with the left arm, keeping torso facing side of the room. Left hand comes down, right arm to the sky. And taking 5 of those big old circles with the right arm. So right arm comes over the ear, forward, down, then around back. Lifting back up, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pressing into the feet, lifting the torso, this time coming into a wide-legged forward fold, hands onto hips, parallel the feet. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine long, and exhale, hinge at the hips as you fold over the legs, dropping the crown of the head towards the earth beneath you. Notice if all of the weight is in your heels. Bring some of the weight into the balls of the feet, seeking out that sweet spot right at the center of the feet, so evenly distributed weight. And bring the hands under shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the spine long. Exhale, bring hands onto hips. Inhale, come up to stand. Warrior two, facing the front of your mat. So the right toes will point to the front of your mat. Left toes will stay pointing to the side of your mat. Bend into the right knee, warrior two. From here, side angle pose. Right forearm to thigh, left arm long over the left ear. From here, bring the gaze down onto the earth. We're coming into half moon pose. So left hand can come onto left hip, heel toe the left foot in slightly. Right hand comes onto the earth. 1, 2 spaces in front of the right foot, 1 space out to the right. If you'd like to bring a block underneath the right hand, please do so. Shifting the weight onto the right leg as you lift the left leg up. So you're reaching actively through the left heel, really strong legs. Left hand can stay right where it is on the left hip, or you can extend the left arm to the sky. And if that feels steady, maybe you play with lifting the gaze up towards the left fingertips. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bend the right knee deeply as you come back into your warrior two. Inhale to straighten the right leg, turn the right toes, turn the left toes, come into warrior two facing the back of your mat. So we're going to do all of that facing the back of your space. So find steadiness in your warrior two legs. And then side angle pose, bringing the torso over the left leg, right arm extending long. Bringing the gaze down towards the left foot, right hand to the right hip, heel toe the right foot in, left hand comes down, 1, 2 spaces in front of the left foot, 1 space out towards the left. Shift the weight onto the left foot, lifting the right leg, super active right leg, reaching through the right heel, hips are open towards the side of your mat. Maybe the right hand stays on the hip, maybe you lift it, maybe the gaze lifts up. And then coming out the same way we came in, bending the right knee deeply, stepping, or left knee deeply, stepping right foot way back, finding your warrior two legs. Straighten left leg, turn your warrior two to the front of your mat, so turning the feet, bending into the right knee. Take an inhale. Exhale to cartwheel the hands down, step right foot back, take a vinyasa or skip it, heading straight into your downward facing dog. And from here, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, tap right knee to the right tricep, and then step the right foot outside the right hand. Coming into lizard pose. Set yourself up for this pose on the right side. You can choose if you'd like to keep the left knee lifted for a more active lizard, or if you'd like to lower the left knee to the earth. Entirely up to you how you'd like to take it. You can stay on the hands, maybe come down onto forearms, maybe bring the forearms onto blocks. We'll be here just a couple more breaths. And from here, we're going to take this lizard and turn it into a pigeon. So shift the hips back slightly and begin to heel toe the right foot over towards the left side of your mat. And then bring the right knee down so the right shin is in front of your body. Make sure that the hips are square to the front of your mat, so headlights are pointing straight forward. And we're going to take a few cobra rolls here. So bring the hands out wide, tent up the fingers. Take an inhale, lift the chest up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you'll roll the chest down. Inhale to roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll down. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time you can go ahead and lower all the way over the leg, melting the torso down into your pigeon pose. Bring the hands back onto your mat and lifting the torso. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the right foot back, downward facing dog. And you feel free to take some circles with the right leg if you like. Releasing into the right hip. And then from here we'll come into lizard and pigeon on the other side. So left leg will lift up and back. Exhale, tap left knee to the left tricep, and then step the left foot outside the left hand. Coming into the pose on this side, noticing where any differences might lie between right side and left side. And deciding if you'd like a more active lizard with a lifted right knee, or if you'd like to bring the right knee to the earth. If you came onto forearms, come on back to hands. Shift the hips back slightly. Heel toe the left foot over towards the right, coming into your pigeon pose on this side. So setting yourself up, bringing a prop underneath the left hip. If you find that you're kind of collapsing over to the left side, or if you find you've got a big space in between the earth and the hip, make sure that you are supporting yourself. Opening the hands wide, tenting the fingers. Inhale, open up the chest, lift it high. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, roll down. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale. Exhale, roll down, and this time stay over the leg. Maybe staying on forearms, maybe melting the torso all the way over the leg. Wherever feels good for you on this left side. Beginning to lift the torso, bringing hands onto the earth. And from here, we're going to shift all the weight over onto the left side and bring the right leg around in front. We'll bring soles of the feet flat onto the earth and come onto our backs for bridge pose. So extending the arms long next to the body, you should be able to graze the backs of your heels with your middle fingers. Making sure that the feet are right underneath the knees and they are parallel to each other. When you feel like you have that there, press down into the feet and lift the hips up towards the sky. And then from here you can snuggle the arms or the shoulders underneath you and clasp the hands, pressing the arms and the hands down into the earth as you lift the hips up towards the sky. Hugging the legs towards the midline, so imagining a block in between the thighs, pressing gently in towards that block. And then releasing the arms and rolling yourself down vertebra by vertebra, bringing the spine flat onto the earth again. Take a moment here to turn the heels out and allow the knees to knock in. And coming into 2 more back bends. So go ahead and set up the feet once again, making sure they're right underneath the knees and parallel to one another. If wheel pose is in your practice and you'd like to take a wheel, you feel ready for it, feel free. Otherwise, come with me into another bridge pose, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, snuggling the shoulders under, clasping the hands and pressing down into the earth as you lift the hips high. Releasing the hands, rolling yourself down vertebra by vertebra, turning the heels out, the knees in, taking a breath here. Coming into 1 more back bend. Again, taking wheel if it's in your practice and you'd like to take it. Otherwise, coming back into 1 more bridge pose. Press into the feet, lift the hips, snuggling the shoulders. Notice if you're really clenching your glutes to lift the hips here, and try and let them go. Making the lift of the hips happen from the pressing down of the feet. And then releasing hands, rolling yourself down. Bringing the feet as wide as your mat and dropping the knees over to the left and then the right. Left and right. And coming into this windshield wiper in the legs. And then take the knees, drop them both over to the left, bringing the gaze over towards the right, coming into an easy twist. And if you'd like to intensify this, you can cross the right ankle or the left ankle just above the right knee and kind of add a little more to this twist. And then coming up through center. And feet are wide. And once again, dropping the knees over to the other side. So knees to the right, left shoulder down, gazing over left shoulder. And to intensify this a little bit, you can bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And coming back into center. And from here, we're coming into shoulder stand. If you are not coming into shoulder stand today, if you're not feeling it for whatever reason, feel free to take Viparita Karani. So you can either scooch up to a wall and take the legs up the wall. If you have a block, you can bring a block underneath your sacrum and extend the legs up to the sky, or you can just, as I am right now, just lift the legs straight up to the sky and stay right here. It's a beautiful place to be. If you are coming with me into your shoulder stand, make sure you've got space overhead to bring the feet overhead. And using your core strength, you're going to bring the legs up and overhead. And you may be bringing the feet onto the floor if that's available to you. And if not, they can kind of hang above the earth. Make sure you're lengthening the spine up towards the sky. And then from here, same as in bridge pose, see if you can snuggle the shoulders towards each other. And then bring the hands to rest on the low back to support you. The fingertips are pointing up towards the sky. And then you can lift one leg and then the other for your shoulder stand. So you really want to try and walk the hands as high up the back as you can. So holding on to the middle, upper back, more so than the lower back, trying to find a vertical line through the torso and the legs. Legs and feet are super active, reaching up for the sky. And then from here, lowering the legs back over the head. Releasing hands onto the mat. And using your core strength, you're going to lower the legs back down. So lowering the back, and then the hips will touch ground. And then we'll slowly lower the legs. Make sure that the palms are flat right next to your seat. As you bring the legs down onto the earth, we're going to come straight into fish pose. So palms are flat, arms next to the body, press down into the elbows and the forearms, lift the chest towards the sky, and drop the crown of the head back behind you. So crown of the head touches the earth. Make sure you're not dumping weight down into the head, so the weight is really on the arms here. Press into the arms, lift the head, and then come to lie all the way back. So coming to lie all the way on your mat, we're going to come back into our Supta Baddha Konasana, which is where we started. So bring the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to open up wide. Bringing the hands back onto the lower belly, right to the location of your svadhisthana chakra. Did a lot of flowing in this practice, flowing from one pose into the other, from one breath into the next. I invite you to take that sense of free flow off the mat with you, allowing you to flow from one obstacle or challenge to the next. Allowing you to think creatively as you move through your day. If you'd like to keep the soles of the feet together for Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can extend the legs long. And I invite you to keep the hands here on the lower belly for your Shavasana today. And if you can, begin to envision a bright orange light shining right in the center of the pelvis. And this is your svadhisthana chakra, shining bright, bringing forth your sense of creativity, your sense of play and pleasure, knowing what it is that feels good for you. And allowing you to tap into your sense of flow. If you have more time to stay in Shavasana, please do so. Otherwise, start to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes, and wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. And then bringing feet flat onto the mat, roll onto the side of your choice. Using the top hand to help press you up. Make your way into a comfortable seat. Bringing the palms to touch at heart center. And closing with one round of the Svadhisthana Bija Mantra, VAM. Vam, 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 vam. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.